It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Charlotte Hornets. Looking at the Hornets, they're coming in off a win in their last game against Milwaukee. A great win for them, and they rose to the occasion and pulled off the upset, riding high right now. Guys, the Charlotte Hornets, an organization on the rise, one of the league's smallest markets, but they've been aggressive in extending the contracts of their core players, Jet.
Yeah, they're creating continuity. That's very valuable, and creating a style of play. Developing their young talent is also on their agenda. Michael Jordan
There's
and the
more
Charlotte
revenue.
organization. Excuse me, Shaq.
Yeah,
bad.
hey,
There's-
don't interrupt.
I apologize.
Come on, let
Especially
him
when
make
you talk about the great Michael Jordan.
It
I
was a
apologize.
valid point,
No question.
Shaq.
There's
It was
more
a valid
revenue
point.
sharing. There's more.
was-
There's
It
more.
was a,
There's more revenue sharing in the league right now. Charlotte has been able to amass some good talent without breaking the bank. I apologize, Kenny.
okay. Apology accepted.
Here's Kevin
Blah,
Hart.
blah, blah.
It's a road game for the Nuggets, and they are facing an interconference matchup in today's game. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Of course, the news going into this game, Kemba Walker fell his sideline with an injury.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
Well, that's great news, especially for those of us who happen to watch what happened to him. I mean, it was shocking, and you could sense definitely his frustration with the injury.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Denver. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Will Barton is out there with Harris, and it's Chandler in at the 3. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. And it's Harris off the drive, fires the 3. Chandler, no good. And just a year ago, it seemed that things were set in place for Howard, playing for his hometown team. But in a surprise trade, he was moved out to Charlotte.
And there seems to be a lot of reasons for the trade. I mean, Howard wasn't the right fit in Atlanta, a team trying to get smaller and younger. Never easy to get traded from your hometown team.
And that one's good. Barton.
And Will Barton looks comfortable there down on the inside with the shot.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the middle. Here's Kaminsky. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner. And I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Carter Williams kicks to Batum. Just 5 on the clock. There's the screen for 3. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Carter Williams. Batum a screen on Harris. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. Charlotte moving the ball around. Howard kicks to Batum. Hornets keep it alive. Carter Williams against Harris. Pass to Batum. And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. 6 on the shot clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Jokic sets the screen for Chandler. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Jokic better and better at setting effective screens, utilizing his wide frame. That gives you a lot of space as a shooter.
On the wing, Lamb. No good with the triple. The Nuggets trail by 3. To the middle. It's tipped. Jokic kicks to Millsap. And there's the feed to Barton. And Barton throws it down.
Whoa, you got to watch out when Barton leaves the floor, throwing the hammer down there.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Carter Williams with it. Picked up by Harris. Carter Williams kicks to Kaminsky. Lamb with the ball. Millsap on him. Here's Kaminsky. And once again off the mark by Charlotte. Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Harris drives in. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Great penetration by Gary Harris. The D did not step in front of him, and as a result, he gets an easy finish.
And we've got another check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I got a chance to talk to Steve Clifford a little bit. He told me he's looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's their first time against this team, so he is curious to see what his guys do on offense. He said it's important that we're aggressive defensively, that we use our length and shot blocking as a deterrent inside. We'll see if they can be successful tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Their game plan appears to be putting that defense front and center in this one.
Yeah, and that's where they're going to put their energy early on. They don't want this to become a run and gun type of game.
Well, they've got the kind of defense, I think, GA set up so that that doesn't happen. As aggressive as they are at that end, it's very hard to make it a high-scoring game against this team.
Here's Lamb following the basket by Paul Millsap. Barton outside. He kicks to Millsap. Now here's Barton, covered by Lamb. And it's Barton that time on the assist by Paul Millsap.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Harris against Carter Williams. Howard with a screen on Harris. Carter Williams kicks to Howard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Howard's got his second bucket of the night. They getting some early returns on the season, Brent, for top teams that are already looking great. How early is too early to start thinking about things like home court advantage?
Well, it's kind of like Christmas, Kevin. It's never too early to start thinking about the home court advantage. You know, and a lot of veteran teams would tell you that they're not concerned about whether their game would travel come playoff time. But home court advantage is something that they would all like to have. Trust me.
Now here's Carter Williams following the miss by Gary Harris. Howard with a screen on Harris. And a wide open look for Lamb. And a miss there on the triple. Charlotte, their last game, a win against Milwaukee.
Away from home, you got to execute. And they did that flawlessly.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably one or two possessions they'd love to have back. But on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
Here's Batum. Gary Harris making his last shot. That one good for two.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And here we go. Carter Williams heading to the hoop. And Carter Williams slams it in.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on a scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. The Nuggets in second.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And Denver has possession. They trail by 1. Fareed, left side. 5 on the clock. Arthur. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Monk's shot's good.
And one of the more underrated elements of his game. This is a guy that's always in control. Love seeing him finish even with the contact.
Now, here is Nelson. Here's Arthur. That one a little long.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
The dish now to Stone. Here's Bacon. He's guarded by Arthur. Kicks to Williams. Here's Stone. And a miss there on the triple. The Nuggets trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Arthur passes to Fareed. Nelson outside. To the left side wing. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Plumlee's got his first basket of the night.
And an All-NBA rookie first-teamer in 2014. Plumlee still building his game.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Marvin Williams for a long while had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he's shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
To the right side. Moutier dishes to Plumlee. Back to Moutier. Here's Fareed. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And one thing that Fareed does very well, time and time again, is finding ways to get to the free throw line. And Kenneth Fareed, the manimal, once a force at the power forward position, but now seems to be more comfortable coming in as a role player, giving his energy to the basketball game. And see his production decline steadily since his 3rd year in the league, but still a positive for a team, just in lesser doses with a lesser role.
He's off on the first. For Fareed, there's the possibility that the style he played is something that the league moved away from. Brent, there isn't a high demand for undersized power forwards who can't shoot.
Well, the idea is that Fareed might not just be bulky enough to do what it is that a lot of teams have in terms of a guy setting screens and then around the rim to carve out space. The manimal really doesn't do that, and if he works on his shooting range and shows that he's a threat, Kevin, that's going to help out his chances.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Nelson kicks to Arthur. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Charlotte shooting 47% from the field to start things off. Stone passes to Zeller. Here's Bacon. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Williams with a clean look. Drains the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 6.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Here's the screen. Screen by Fareed. Passes it to Arthur. There's the triple. Buries the long-range jumper. Arthur's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. So it's the Hornets now, and going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season. Tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
Now, here's Monk. A 14-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee. Nelson dishes to Arthur. Another 3 for Denver.
Arthur putting a lot of work in during the offseason to become a better outside shooter, a valuable part of his offensive skill set.
Here's Stone, and there's the pass to Monk. On the wing, Williams. No one near him. Chalk up 2 there. Williams has got 7 points.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Yeah, lots of points early, and the game plans on both sides, at least offensively, working to perfection.
Now here's Arthur. He's got 6. Fareed outside. Here's Moutier. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller.
That's a nice sign of Moutier starting to figure things out on the offensive end of the floor. Gotta like seeing him fool the defenders with the pump fake.
There are a fair amount of explosive point guards in the league, and Moutier is right up there with the best of them. Brent, the way he can just blow by a guy and rise up is incredible for a guard his size.
Yeah, Moutier can cover a lot of space with just one dribble, so take up the ground that's being offered up to you by your defender. It's just tough to remain consistent with that kind of shot attempt night after night over the top of defender and with contact. We'll see as he progresses how that goes.
And he knocks down the first one. Howard's checked in for Charlotte. And so he makes both from the line. And with Moutier, although he is a heavy rotation player, Greg, he is still somewhat of a project long term.
You know, it isn't always easy to be patient with Moutier, but that's what is needed. Slowly improving his efficiency, which is a big issue for him. And you can see the raw potential, but he has a lot of smaller things to clean up.
Now, here's Howard. 9 points last game out. There's the pick to the middle. Deflects the pass. There's Bacon. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Bacon's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Nuggets trail by 3. Screen by Fareed. Here's Moutier. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
A really nice job on the footwork, working off of the screen, and like to see the confidence.
Stone kicks to Howard. Pass to Bacon. Screen by Howard. Here's Stone. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Now Moutier. Nelson, no one around him. And again, Denver with the triple.
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
Monk. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Nuggets on top. They lead by a bucket. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
Well, when you come out in the first quarter with that kind of offense, obviously the game plan is in full effect. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Denver's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. So on the floor for Denver, Jameer Nelson is out there with Emmanuel Moutier. Then there's Kenneth Fareed. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Arthur in at the 3 spot. Nelson, the pass to Plumlee. Here's Moutier. Here's Fareed. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And that's just really a stellar job by Fareed to come away with the rebound, tirelessly working for the offensive board.
The Nuggets shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Brent, coming down the stretch of a tight game, some coaches like to substitute for offense and defense. Others don't. What would be your preference if you were coaching?
I think the idea has to totally do with matchups, Kevin. You're looking out on the floor. If all of a sudden the guy you want with the ball has a mismatch or an advantage, I'm going to stay away from any sort of timeout to give a coach 60 seconds to talk about something that he could probably shut down. I might not be able to be as creative as what's just happened in the flow of the game, and I'll trust my player to make the right play for me at that time.
Now, here's Monk. Plumlee with the rebound.
And somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Stone. He hasn't yet put up any points. And Howard with the stuff.
And you'd like him to be a little bit more dependable on these and-one opportunities and see that free throw percentage go up just a bit, but fending off the defense and showing them who the big man is.
And Dwight Howard, the first pick overall in the 2004 draft. At his peak, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 3 consecutive seasons. And Brent, he's the only one.
I think you have to at some point just realize what it is that Dwight Howard has been for the length of his career. A lot of people had tremendous expectations that he was going to dominate offensively. It's just not been the case. He has led the league in rebounding 6 times. He's been an 8-time All-Star and will probably end up being in the Hall of Fame.
And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season, and all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
Moutier kicks to Arthur. It doesn't go for him. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And the foul called on Darrell Arthur. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. Hornets trail by 6. Howard dishes to Lamb. Back to Howard. He feeds it to Batum. Howard kicks to Lamb. They set the pick. Screen by Howard. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
Yeah, really trying to sell it out there, but the official he ain't buying.
Harris is checked in for Denver. The Nuggets leading by 6. Right side, Millsap. Rebounded by Lamb. Hornets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
And here are the Nuggets now, following the score by Charlotte. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
You watch Jokic out there and you just marvel at the combination of his size and his soft hands and his ability to see the court. Very strong on offense from all spots on the floor, stretches you out, makes the mid-range jumper from time to time. But he's always moving to open space, and guys just seem to get energized when he has the ball because he's going to get it to him.
Free throw, good. Jokic. With Jokic, he seems to be the whole package in the offensive end. Brent, great footwork for his age, but the one area that needs to come along is his defense, many feel.
Well, Kevin, maybe defense and conditioning, but on offense, he has every tool that you'd want from a center. Actually, every tool you might want from a point guard. That's how good he sees the floor, and incredible to think of what the offense did and how it transitioned behind what Jokic is capable of doing on that end.
Here's Barton, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Harris outside. Back to Millsap. Shot clock at 6. And he gets it to go. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
A fantastic assist by Harris on the play. He makes the right call, rotating the ball on that one.
Screen by Howard. Carter Williams, the pass to Howard. And it's Denver with the rebound. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Out to Harris. Outside Millsap. Chandler against Batum. Back to Millsap. Poked loose from the low block. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Over in the corner, Lamb. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Lamb's got 6.
And passing with a purpose there. I love how Carter Williams keeps his teammates involved.
Outside Millsap. Back to Barton. Chandler outside. Now here's Lamb. Not a lot of room. Tries again. Howard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And He's at his best when he is active and aggressive. And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Well, last season was just so huge for Wilson Chandler. So many people rooting for him after missing the entire 2016 NBA season and came back to have a very strong year. Averaged 15 points, shot about 46% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and at times was the best offensive force that his team had to offer.
That one is off. For Chandler, his absence was felt when he sat out all of 2016. Brent, he's a player who can, as you said, give a team so much versatility with his skill set and ability to fill positions.
Well, he acts as a jack of all trades for any ball club that he's playing for, and you can play him basically from the 2 to the 4 spot, and he can make tons of contributions to you offensively.
And the second free throw, good. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pick by Zeller. There's the pick. They grab their own miss. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Denver's gone 4 of 6 from outside the arc tonight. Millsap dishes to Barton. Back to Millsap. Feeds it to Barton. And here's Harris from the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Harris has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Gary Harris looking comfortable right there from the 3-point line. That's becoming a high percentage shot for him.
Pick by Zeller. Kaminsky kicks to Lamb. Shoots over Barton. No good from Lamb.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
Chandler, the pass to Jokic. That one's not going to go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Now here's Lamb. Barton defending. And with that, the Denver lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Jeremy Lamb.
And terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Back to Barton. And here is Lamb. He's got 8. Here's Carter Williams. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Hornets shooting 44% from the floor since we began the second quarter. And the basket by Kaminsky. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Denver's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Now here is Harris. 7 points in the game. Jokic kicks to Chandler. Shoots over Batum. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside. And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. That's a foul on Charlotte.
Oh, and there goes Barton. Kicks it into another gear.
Will Barton, known as the People's Champ, is a fantastic scorer on the wing. Fearless with the shots he takes, Brent, and very aggressive when he gets the ball in his hands.
Well, that's what you love most about Will Barton, is his ability to attack a defender off the wing and play with speed and reckless abandon. It's him trying to find a more complete game, and also maybe, Kevin, trying to find a little bit more control around what he does offensively.
First one falls for him.
I think Will Barton has figured out that scoring from the free throw line can be a good thing.
And the Hornets making a change here. Williams is checked in, and a switcher also for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Nikola Jokic. Both free throws good from Barton.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that, to me, makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
He sunk that 3 in the first. It's yet to make another one.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
That free throw missing. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
Yeah, you look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, a former 5-star recruit won a championship in college. Plumlee still finding his way a little bit here in the pros.
Denver's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. For 3, Millsap. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. That's 7 points for Millsap.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Here's Stone. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Batum dishes to Kaminsky. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Brent, so often we talk about star power in the NBA. Who are some of the guys flying under the radar that could soon become that star power, that household name?
Well, I think Indiana has an opportunity to hold on to a good one in Miles Turner, a center that just spent 1 year in college, has shown some signs of rapid improvement, and being in Indiana as a 5-man that can step out, shoot the mid-range jump shot, finish at the rim, handle the basketball. He is definitely a guy I have my eye on as taking the next step and being a star in this league.
Fake, and he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. The Nuggets also changing it up. Arthur comes in for Paul Millsap, and Nelson is subbed in for Gary Harris. And he makes both free throws.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now here's Moutier, dishes it to Plumlee. Screen by Fareed. Nelson, the pass to Arthur. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Well, Arthur usually on the outside finds his way inside and then handles himself down low.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
In the history of the Nuggets, they've had some great stars, guys like Dan Issel, Alex English, and certainly Carmelo Anthony during his time in Denver. But Jokic looks to be that guy for this generation.
Now here's Kaminsky. 17 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And this Nuggets team clearly sees that their future is going to be built around Jokic.
What an incredible season last year. I don't think people realize just how special the offensive season that Jokic had for Denver was last year. And he's right up there in the top 5 in terms of his offensive production. They'll need to add some defenders around them, but they have certainly shifted the offense around the incredibly talented passing big man in Jokic.
Charlotte shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
And both free throws good for Williams. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Stolen away. Now, here's Monk, defended by Moutier. Williams kicks to Stone. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Stone's got the game tied up here for Charlotte. 1:51 left now here in the second. Out left to the wing. Moutier with the ball. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He dishes it to Stone. Pass to Bacon. Shot clock at 5. Williams for 3. Stone kicks to Monk. The feed to Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Passes to Bacon. Second chance shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Bacon's got his second basket of the night.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backcourt.
There's the dish to Moutier. Over Monk. The Nuggets with another miss. Charlotte in the lead. Bacon the pass to Monk. Here's Bacon, defended by Moutier. Here's Bacon. He's got 5. He kicks it to Monk. Here's Stone. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. There's the pass to Monk.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good.
And Monk is an interesting player, a combo guard with fantastic scoring potential, quick on both ends of the floor.
Good on both. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's Charlotte ending the second quarter with a big 11-3 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Mike, nice showing offensively in the first half. How do you keep that going?
We just got to keep sharing the ball, and if you're open, knock it down, stay confident. But the most important thing is us keep sharing the ball, making the extra pass.
Michael, you did a great job in the first half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they've been pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They're getting out-rebounded by a Shaq-sized margin. Really big. From the get-go, they did not show enough effort. Usually when you're being out-rebounded like that, you're 10, 15 points behind. So things could definitely...
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Marvin Williams, what a contribution.
And through 2 quarters, surprising how aggressive he was offensively.
You know what? That guy's not going to hurt us. Don't worry about him. Boom. Supporting role, and then he puts some points on you. They better make an adjustment.
And here are the Nuggets now. Kaminsky and Howard, the tall front line. Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Now here is Harris. Batum with the steal. To the inside. Howard kicks to Kaminsky. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Nuggets trail by 4. Here's Millsap. Back to Barton. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. That's 10 points for Will Barton. Brent, what a career for Paul Millsap, a 4-time All-Star.
Well, the 47th pick in the 2006 draft out of Louisiana Tech. He was not the most heralded player, certainly, but as he reached his 30s, the guy has played in 4 consecutive All-Star games. An amazing story in the league.
Harris outside. Kicks it to Barton. Jokic inside. Kaminsky's there. Jokic, no good.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely. And they just cannot seem to get it going so far in this half, missing their first 3 shots. And they got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
Another miss by Batum.
Yeah, maybe the halftime cut into some of that rhythm they had in the first half. So far, 0 for 4 to start the second half.
Outside for Millsap. And here's Harris from the arc. Batum grabs the miss.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it. Beginning this half, 1 of 5.
Shoots a 3. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Barton kicks to Chandler. Pass to Jokic for the tie. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Dwight Howard.
Growing confidence for Jokic around the rim. Feels like no defender can stop him in the paint.
Well, Brent, there are a lot of great passers in the NBA at that starting center position. Seems like it's something that is more and more valued these days, but the best of the bunch might be Jokic. Some people feel great passer in vision.
Yeah, incredible the way that the offense last year transitioned around such a young and relatively unproven player at that position. But he can pass over the top. When he gets it on the block, he'll play at the top of the key. And I love how the guys around him are encouraged to cut when he has the basketball.
On the free throw, no good.
The interesting thing about Jokic and his incredible talent is how much the offense changed around him. I mean, coaching staffs are looking at him now as a pivotal point to the offense to make plays and also score.
Carter-Williams against Harris. Millsap left side. Over Kaminsky, and that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
Millsap exerting his will on the post that time, coming away with 2.
Carter Williams against Harris. Fires at the elbow. And it's off the back rim, no good.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Now here's Chandler. He's got 5. Over Kaminsky for the lead, and it's sent back by Howard.
Well, that reach of Dwight Howard's is so impressive. A dominant shot blocker and a tremendous athlete.
Charlotte no good that time either.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Harris against Carter Williams. Here's Kaminsky. It counts, and the foul. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways, in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open 3 for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Why do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin. Positionless. Defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Batum dishes to Carter Williams. Kaminsky with the ball. Millsap's there. Kaminsky misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Charlotte's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Chandler against Batum. Over Chandler. Charlotte again missing.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
Drills the three-pointer. Chandler's got 8. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Kaminsky. Good work defensively by Millsap. Denver in the lead. Now here's Barton. He's got 12. The Hornets pull it in. Kaminsky's got 6 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Batum. He feeds it to Kaminsky. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, Denver with the triple.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Batum passes to Zeller. Back to Batum. Feeds it to Zeller. Lock at 6. Here's Lamb. Good on the shot. He's got 10. The Nuggets leading by 3. Now Harris. 10 points for him. Dishes to Barton. Jokic sets the screen for Barton. Three-pointer. He's off on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Lamb with the ball. Now guarded by Barton. Pass to Kaminsky. Zeller, a screen on Chandler. Here's Batum. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Offensive rebound. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Now we take a look here at the shot chart for Charlotte.
And guys, really the story for him has been his struggles from mid-range. I mean, some of them have been rushed. Others were just tightly contested. But he has to be a lot smarter on when to pull up or when to look for a teammate going forward in terms of winning this game.
Hornets trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Brent, the Nuggets team, a very good group when it comes to rebounding.
Well, they don't have a team that's really much bigger than the opponents that they play with, but they stay very active, and they don't seem to give up on a lot of plays. Actually, last season, they got about 30% of all their missed shots back, so their damage was done on the offensive end. Defensively, you'll want to get a stop by ending it with a rebound. That's where their focus needs to be this year.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Here's Stone, and the Hornets miss again. Denver leading by 3. That's tipped out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Mason Plumlee. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
So it's the Hornets now, following the miss by Emmanuel Mudiay. And here's Nelson. 6 points for him. Out to the right wing. Mudiay dishes to Plumlee. Back to Mudiay. The feed to Arthur. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's deflected. Here's Bacon. 5 points in the game. The shot by Monk is no good. Nelson kicks to Arthur. And it's Plumlee that time on the assist by Arthur. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
Though he's not the biggest scoring threat, Plumlee does have the size and athleticism to cause defenders some problems down there.
Monk, the pass to Zeller. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact. And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
The first one falls. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the second most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable.
And so Zeller nails both of them. Denver with the ball. 3-point lead. Nelson kicks to Mudiay. He dishes it to Plumlee. Screen by Fareed. Nelson, the pass to Arthur. Over Williams. The shot, no good. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. There's Bacon. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Denver leading by 3. Mudiay kicks to Nelson. From past the arc. Monk grabs the board. The Hornets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. For the tie, Denver grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Shot left block. It's good. Fareed's got 5.
And you really like to see Fareed making the shot and expanding his range just a little bit.
Here's Stone. There's a screen by Williams. Here's the three. The shot by Monk is no good.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Arthur kicks to Nelson. And stolen by Zeller. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Stone. In the corner, it's Monk. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast. And you see Mason Plumlee and what he brings to the table right there. A very well-rounded big man. Solid at putting the ball on the floor and creating some space. But perhaps his best attribute, and we saw this in Portland with his teammates Lillard and McCollum, playing on the top of the key and becoming a playmaker. A good passer up there, averaging about 4 assists a ball game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And last season, Denver making the trade for Plumlee right at the deadline. Many felt they gave up a lot for him, but the team feels he's fit right in.
Having him and Jokic down there gives you an incredibly talented passing tandem of big men, where Plumlee can play along as the lone big man or sometimes complement what it is that Jokic can do. And he has great athletic ability down there. So we'll see how they maneuver him and what kind of minutes he's going to get for this ball club this year.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Zeller kicks to Monk. Williams has a screen for Monk. Outside Williams. And it's off from 3-point range.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Moutier with the ball. Here's Arthur. Here's Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
And you can tell Fareed loves getting physical, especially when he's going up for shots.
56 seconds left in the third quarter. Zeller, a screen on Nelson. There's the pick. Zeller setting the pick for Monk. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's sent back by Plumlee.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Moutier kicks to Fareed. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Fareed's got 6 here in this quarter.
And really, Fareed is just very comfortable from there. He waits for the right opportunity and then seizes the moment.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end the run. They get it back. The kick out to Williams. Out to the right wing. Another shot. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's the Denver Nuggets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone.
Let's build on it. Let's build on that quarter. No let up. Great defense, okay? That's who we are.
Mike Malone citing the terrific D, wanting his guys to stay in character and keep pressing.
Yeah, they're feeling their oats right now. Can they take it up, though, another level? Let's find out.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Arthur huddling out there with Kenneth Fareed. Then it's Moutier, and it's Nelson in at the point.
Shooting one. shot. One shot.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
The Nuggets leading by 8. Plumlee with the screen. Nelson dishes to Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Well, such a big body, Plumlee does possess explosive verticality, and then, of course, a power finish.
Passes it to Bacon. Lets it go from 11. Second shot opportunity, and it's Howard laying it in. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 14 rebounds. Moutier passes to Nelson. The dish to Fareed. Plumlee with the screen. Nelson, right side.
Jameer Nelson, at this moment, epitomizes the idea of having a veteran point guard on your roster. Been in the NBA since he was 22, back in 2004. And he always has played big minutes for whatever team that he gets on. So works his way into the coach's favor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And he makes the first. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. Michael Carter-Williams comes in for Julian Stone. Jokic has checked in for Denver. Both free throws good for Nelson.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Screen by Howard. Here's Batum. And with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Dwight Howard. And Nelson, in his prime break, you may recall a player who would score in the teens and run the offense for him. A very smart player coming out of St. Joe's.
Well, the idea for this young ball club to have a veteran like Jameer Nelson, who's accepted his role and what it is that he knows he's capable of doing night after night, that's got to be paying some dividends for this coaching staff to have that kind of approach from a guy like Jameer.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Some changes for Charlotte. Kaminsky comes in for Zeller, and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Bacon. Big group substitution here for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Chandler comes in for Darrell Arthur. Will Barton, he's checked in for Moutier. And Harris subbed in for Nelson. Barton outside. Millsap a screen. Barton drives in. Misses the layup.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's Carter-Williams. They set the pick. He kicks it to Howard. The pass to Lamb. From the corner, Carter-Williams can't get it to go.
Yeah, that's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
They get it again. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. 14 points for Will Barton.
This really has been Will Barton's game thus far, really trying to own every chance he's got on the floor with the basketball.
Charlotte calls timeout. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Floats one, count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Carter Williams.
And Carter Williams looks like he's floating out there, but has that deceptive first step.
Now here's Barton. Kicks it to Harris. On the wing, Chandler. Back to Harris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Gary Harris is the type of player that a lot of people feel very confident is just going to keep getting better and better. Has a good knack for scoring the ball. Such a great off-ball cutter. Great chemistry right now with Jokic between the two of them. And as he grows older, he'll continue to build upon his offense. Potential to be a very good two-way player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. And for Harris, the way he plays, it'll probably be a few years before he hits his prime. Brent, even right now, you like how he can fill it up.
Well, he went from his first year just averaging 13 minutes to 2 straight seasons averaging over 32. So trial by fire a bit with Gary Harris, but he continues to show progression and can be a very effective two-way player. Lots of upside for this guy.
And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Here's Barton following the basket by Dwight Howard. Harris outside. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
And as this game progresses, Kevin, I'm getting the feeling that Harris could be a good option.
It's a floater, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Mike Malone, who is known for his defense, dealing with a team, Brent, that really lacks a defensive bite at times. It's something that he's trying to change in terms of culture.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. It's a bit of a nibble right now in Denver. But you look at Mike Malone's past and all the other stops where his defensive teams have improved throughout the year. So it's a bumpy ride with Denver. A lot of young players who he has to make sure realize the importance of the defensive end of the floor.
The first free throw is good. And Lamb drops them both. Hey, Brent, we've seen a number of super teams created via free agency or trade. Do you think that's good for the league?
I think it's great for the league. I think it's awesome to see some of the great players play on the same court together and some of the chemistry that creates. But what's been interesting over the course of the last couple seasons, Kevin, is that we've had these young marquee players stepping up in environments and with organizations now that are must-see TV. So aside from the super teams, there are young players carrying their team to hopefully greater and greater heights that keep you interested in all 30 teams in the league.
Now here is Harris. 5 on the clock. Millsap a screen. Harris with it. Now defended by Carter Williams. Now here's Lamb. Knocked away. And stolen by Barton. On up the court. A shot by Chandler. Wide open. Count it from 12. Chandler's got the lead up to 12 now for Denver. Howard with a screen on Harris. Carter Williams kicks to Batum. 8 feet away. Howard can't hit.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Pass to Harris. Millsap left side. Over Kaminsky. Millsap misses.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there. All keyed right there from the lead pass, right on the money.
Barton dishes to Millsap. It's stolen by Lamb. On the wing, Batum. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Harris passes to Jokic. The Hornets pull it in. Kaminsky's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now Carter Williams. Right wing. Kaminsky with the ball. Now Chandler defending. Back to Carter Williams. There's the screen. Batum against Chandler. 5 to shoot. Another shot. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Batum.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Barton kicks to Millsap. And here is Chandler. The 11-footer rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
And Jokic, even though we look at his body and you don't think he plays physically, he can do that.
Two shots.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
A lot of people pointing towards the Nuggets and thinking about it's not the offense where they need to improve. If they're going to get the best out of their young talent, it's defensively and their commitment to that end of the floor.
That one goes. Count it.
What a huge boost he's giving them here. 4 or 5 in this fourth quarter has come up big.
Jokic sets the screen for Harris. Jokic kicks to Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And that's 11 points for Millsap. And Brent, last year the Nuggets had one of the worst defenses in the NBA.
Well, when you watch the way they play, Kevin, the problems exist because there's just not a ton of experience out there. Not a lot of rim protection or activity on the inside. So as good as they were offensively last year, you know that their coaching staff in training camp was talking about a defensive mindset to keep them more competitive throughout the season. This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick or it's going to be lights out.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Hornets trail by 8. Up top, Batum. He's guarded by Chandler. Batum, good. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And it's Jokic in the corner. Chandler outside. Harris dishes to Barton. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Here's Lamb. The putback, and Howard with the second chance points. And now it's just a 4-point Nugget lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Barton. He feeds it to Millsap. It's tipped. 4-on-3 break. And Lamb kicks to Kaminsky to the left side wing. Jokic against Howard. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Sometimes the last resort there, Kevin, is to foul Dwight Howard. It happens quite often, but what a powerful presence on the inside.
And that one misses.
And Howard knows exactly what he's out there to do: defend, rebound the ball, and be aggressive in the paint.
Good on the second free throw. The Nuggets leading by 3. Here is Harris. Millsap passes to Harris. Back to Millsap. And it's sent back by Howard. On the wing, Lamb. But they recover it. Howard with a screen on Harris. We've got 1:48 left in the game. Lamb with the ball. 4 on the shot clock. To tie it up. The long distance 3 is buried. Lamb's got the game tied up here for Charlotte. The Nuggets shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. Pass to Jokic. Feeds it to Harris. Dishes it to Millsap. Jokic a screen. And nothing is falling for him right now. Batum with the ball. Now Chandler defending. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one is good. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Now that's why Millsap is such a counted-on player. Just knows how to hit the big ones.
And stolen by Harris. Nails it.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. That was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. There's a screen. Screen by Howard. Carter Williams kicks to Batum. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about it in that possession.
Well, you concern yourself with the other guys who you think are going to damage you, and he stepped up and delivered that huge three-point shot.
And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping, the fast break chance. The Nuggets on offense. They've held a 12-point lead early. Poked away. Here's Millsap. Charlotte calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. What's your take, guys?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Challenge is to get that good look, preferably the guy with the hottest hand.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Here's Carter Williams. Howard with a screen on Harris. Here's Carter Williams. Can't cash in. Here's Howard. Whistle blows. But that's going to be a travel.
Well, time and score, you just can't have a costly error right now at this point in the game, guys.
And so they foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Two shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And really no need to rush. Still plenty of time to get a good look.
Challenge is to get that good look, preferably the guy with the hottest hand.
Here's Carter Williams.
Count it!
Denver calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. For 3, Harris.
Got it! No way! Got it! What a shot!
Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
Man, I'm just blown away. Absolutely as clutch as you can get. People are going to be talking about that shot for a long time.
And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy in, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.